Today we're looking at the Sylvania Color Bulb. This is an A19 socket and it is Bluetooth based, which means that you're going to have it close to a hub, right? This is not something you're going to be able to connect to your wireless network, put out in the garage somewhere else. You need to make sure you're close to it. It is a 800 lumen bulb and it can do obviously all the colors, temperature range of 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. Just basically a good solid little product, as long as you know what you're getting into. This is Bluetooth based, and that's really important to understand. You've got a distance limitation on that, and as well, you're also going to have to deal with the fact that it's got to create a connection between these devices whenever you want to control it. And that's important, right? It's not going to respond instantly like a Bluetooth, and it's not always on and always connected like a Wi-Fi. Let's take a look. So here we are. The Sylvania package is solid and it's clear. Apple Homekit, it's color, warm, end color, and you can dim it, right? So it's exactly what it says on the box. It is a Bluetooth-based device, as I said. This is not part of the Osram, so you do not connect it to a gateway. You don't need a hub to be able to use this. It doesn't even need to connect to your Wi-Fi. So as long as your phone, your iPad, your Apple TV, whatever is within Bluetooth range of this box, this light bulb, it's going to work, right? So I will say that when I got this, it was a little bit not quite tight in the box, right? Which always concerns me. I like to make sure that things aren't shaking around. So that was one thing that I did kind of notice about this. That may have been just the one that I got, right? So just something to be aware of. Although I would have liked to see the packaging a little more tight, right? Keep the bulb in place. Other than that, it's really clear. We've got a little instruction booklet here. We've got all the information we could possibly need. We have the Homekit code that is nice and clear there, right? So it's really everything that we're looking for. This is not, it's not making life difficult for us. Really easy to set up. So we're going to set this up in the Apple Home app. And one thing to realize with the Sylvania products is that there actually is no Apple Home application to be able to manage these things. So they've taken kind of a different route than a lot of the other vendors out there. And there is an application that exists for them, which we'll take a look at, but that is purely for doing firmware management, so updating the software that runs inside the bulbs, right? So we can get these things up and running, and over time, all software has bugs. These are smart devices. There are going to be bugs, so you're going to need to make sure that you download that app and that we do update the firmware on it. The Bluetooth, the other nice thing about this is it's actually pretty quick in that we don't have to worry about transferring over our Wi-Fi settings. So there's no requirement for us to push the Wi-Fi settings over. That wireless simple configuration protocol isn't used. You basically just create this trust relationship between you and your light bulb, and away you go. Other than that, it is the typical HomeKit setup. You can take it and put it in any device you want. You can go click on the little name there. You can give it a meaningful name. This will be the Siri name, right? So Sylvania Color A19 bulb. I'm not going to actually, and I very rarely use voice to be able to direct, say, Sylvania. I will put this into a group, or I will use this in the entire room, right? So I can say, turn off my office, for instance, and all the light bulbs and devices in my office group will then turn off, right? So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So flipping over to the Sylvania app itself, you can see here that there is an update available, right? So I'm currently on the 100 something, and if I look at it, the new version is 1124. I had some issues with this. I didn't actually capture it when it was eventually successful. It was eventually successful, but it was a little bit it was a little bit difficult getting through this. So that may very well be because of the bulb that I had, the specific bulb from the Sylvania product, right? So that's something to be aware of. I did the same exact process on the Sylvania light strip, and I did not have these same issues. So I'm choosing to kind of chalk it up for maybe bouncing around in the box, right? You could see, I think maybe something happened to mine. Potentially. But the nice thing is even though with that bouncing, even though it did take me a little bit to update it, I did get it updated successfully, which is important, and I got it working. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video, one thing to be aware of here so that you are clear about what you're getting into is it is not as quick to respond because it's Bluetooth based as, for instance, the Zigbee or the the Wi-Fi bulbs, right? So you can see here, there's a little bit of a delay. It is not substantial. It's not unworkable. In some cases, it takes a little bit to connect, and it is what it is, right? It's just something to be aware of. But it also does not require a hub. It doesn't consume an extra port on your router. You don't have to plug anything in. You don't have to have another device on your wireless, your Wi-Fi, consuming more of your bandwidth, right? So it's just something that is a little bit different. It's something you just need to be aware of, right? If you are okay with a little bit of delay here, you might be okay with that. But on the other hand, if you're expecting instantaneous response, if you're expecting this to be really, really quick to respond, this probably is not the product for you, right? That's just the way it is. So all that being said, what do you guys think? Is this something that you would consider putting in your house? Is that delay too much for you to consider? Or would you be willing to put this in your living room? Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Likes, subscribes, always appreciated. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little bell so you'll be notified when there's new videos, right? So I'm producing new content every week. Share with your friends, ask them to subscribe. That helps me to continue to produce this content. And if you want to learn how to make your house just a little bit smarter with Apple HomeKit, do me a favor, look in the video notes below. Check out my Udemy course. There's going to be updates coming on that very soon. And it is a discount below in the course. It's not full price. So that does help to support me to continue to create these videos. Thanks.